Corporate needs you to find the differences between this picture and this picture. Intel has told us there are at least 7.
Okay, I already see one. Give them. Okay.
They're the same picture.
Roblox has such amazing groups to choose from and interact with. You can go out of your way to be a part of a toilet and elevator fan group. Seriously, I'm not even making this up. I see people in my comments all the time posting this content and somehow actually doing okay on views. $407K views, guys. I need to step up my game. If elevators aren't your thing, the options are wide open to gamble your parents' money away. Or you could just join the retail community. Now, what is the retail community, you may be wondering, my dear viewer? It is hardly a community. It's more of a cesspool of negativity. Now, me personally, I'm not involved in this community, even though people seem to assume I am. I just have the unfortunate luck of having connections to it. Now, what is this group really about? Well, I actually have no clue. I make my games because I want to capture a moment in time of bygone stores and architecture. And these people, I would assume, do the same. But it seems like for others, it's more of an obsession to the point that is actually kind of worrying. Most stuff I can just write off because a lot of the people in the community are super young, so they are probably just enjoying themselves. But there's a large amount of people who are much older and definitely take advantage of the fact that the community is so young. How do they make these advantages? Well, it's through a little power of inspiration. Or that's what people call it, at least. The true definition would be ripping someone off, but I digress. I was introduced to this unfortunately through my own games, and with younger kids there's not much you can do. They're young and just creating their interests the best they know how, but they are constantly influenced by other users to keep doing it. By this point, if you've been a part of my community for a while, you most likely know who I'm mentioning, but for the fact that I don't want anyone to witch hunt this guy, I'm keeping their name anonymous. To make it easy, we'll just call this guy Charlie. Now, Charlie and I were mutuals for a while, and we had similar interests, so I started to teach him a few different tricks on how to build certain things. This went on for a little bit, and then, to my surprise, Charlie just started building stuff that was quite literally identical to my stuff. I was okay with it at first, but then he just kept doing it, and then I mentioned it to him like, hey man, why are you doing this? And he pulled the infamous inspiration card.
Don't think twice. It's understanding that makes it possible for people like us to tolerate a person like yourself.
To add to that, I made my game Crescent Park Mall about a year ago. And the interesting part about that game is that it featured a department store called Clover. Now, Clover is an extremely obscure store that you definitely won't see anything about unless you're directly searching for it. With it being so obscure, you probably wouldn't be surprised at all to know that our good buddy Charlie copied the entire entrance for the store.
You serious?
This amazing little ordeal, my friend Teko and I have come to name the Clover Effect. By the way, support this guy. He makes some pretty cool stuff. It's been about 2 years since this whole event happened, and it turns out that Charlie hasn't changed one bit. But I still keep seeing him doing the same stuff, all in the name of inspiration, but there's not much I can do about it. With him doing it, it just proves that I'm too awesome. The real issue with the fact copying happens is that the community, which I will mention again, are mostly all children, gang up on whatever side they feel like, and Charlie connecting himself into the community ends up making him seem pretty trustworthy. So just remember, kids, inspiration versus copying, there is a difference. But do not attack our good friend Toad and Kirby. Give him justice. He's got a lot of undeserved hate, and we just need justice. Hashtag justice for Toad. Now with the bulk of the issue out of the way, we also have some characters in his community who are
truly more sus than a character from Among Us.
But that is a topic for another time. Lastly, if you are a part of this group, or you happen to be making games similar to mine, do yourself a favor and don't waste your time on the retail community. You'll save yourself a lot of sanity if you never get involved. And for the community itself, one can only hope.